So what is going on, everybody? This is kind of a last minute project here, but got to get number 4 done, right? So it is currently 11:07 on a Sunday night of the week that I'm supposed to get this done. And I've kind of been putting this off because a lot of this weekend has been really busy. But anyways, enough dilly-dallying. Let's get down to what we're actually doing this week. So this is my camera slider. This is what I use to get a slider shot. Yeah, I guess let's call it that. But yeah, this is what I use. I built it a couple of years ago. And it works, but I've always wanted it to be motorized. That's the goal for today, and I've only got about an hour to get this done. Got some old stuff on the table here, some old RC components you guys can see. Like, I used to race RC cars and was all into that. Don't get me wrong, still am, would love to do it, but just time. I've got an old receiver that's 27 megahertz. Hopefully the stuff still works. I've got a switch, battery pack, old servo that we're gonna need to gut and make this guy constant speed. So the biggest thing about servos is that servos will go to a certain point and then stop. And they're what's called digital proportional, to where they'll move at a certain rate, whatever you command it to that point, and then they'll stop. So I wanna make this to where it's just constantly rotating, so that way it can actually move the camera nice and smooth when I'm trying to get panning shots. If you're not familiar with what a slider is, here, let's go and roll in some shots that I've used on previous videos about what a slider does. So we gotta take this guy, we gotta modify it, and then hopefully hook all this up. I've got the old radio that I'm gonna use to kind of make this whole system work. This is gonna be more of a proof of concept type deal. It's not gonna be the final product, but gotta get started somewhere, right? So anyways, let's go ahead and get started on that. All right, so first things first, I've gotta actually put a connector on the end of this thing, on the battery pack, so that way I can actually hook that into the receiver, and then I can control it with the remote here just to kind of see how this is all going to work out. Not exactly sure I've got a plan on where I'm going with this, but let's go ahead and get started and see what ends up happening. so overall, here it is. We've got the servo on this side, which is just pulling along the dolly over here. And what that allows me to do is just kind of have motorized control over the movement on it, which is a lot smoother than trying to do that by hand. So, you know, when you're trying to move these by hand, it's a little bit tough because you have to kind of get in position to where you can move your arms really smoothly and just try and get a real good smooth range of movement on it. Just having a motor do that for you instead is a lot, it's a lot easier. The other thing about it too is that using a servo like that, you're gonna get some kind of gear reduction on it. That's why I didn't go with a direct motor drive on it. And I used the servo is just because it's going to give me a little bit more torque if I want to put my other full-size DSLRs on here. I think that's going to be really useful for all of the future videos that I make and stuff. You know, this one was really quick and just kind of put together. We had a lot going on this weekend, so I didn't have a lot of time to kind of plan out a project of what I wanted to get done. But this was something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time now, and I just honestly haven't got around to doing it until it was trying to keep up with all the projects I've got to get done this year. Motorized dolly slider thing, that is that's a pretty good win in my book. So appreciate you guys for watching. You know, let me know what you guys think would be a really cool project to tackle. I've got my own ideas and stuff like that, but you know, I've only got so many of them. So if you guys like to see anything cool that you think would make a really good project for one of these weeks, by all means, leave it in the comments below and then I'll see if I can make it happen. Appreciate you guys for watching as always. I will see you guys next week.